50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Commentors from Kazkaban. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlip is here.
Sam Garlip is here, and his girlfriend is not.
Oh yeah, last week your girlfriend was here.
Yeah,
it was like having Yoko Ono in the studio.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. It actually, it was actually the opposite of having Yoko Ono.
How dare you describe Mel as Yoko Ono? In fact, now I'm starting to think everything she said about you is right. We should stop doing this podcast together.
And then, 4 weeks later, you get assassinated outside a hotel.
Yes.
Oh, no. Well, he had it coming. I'm pretty sure Paul, you go.
And then in 20 years' time, you continue the podcast, but I'm regenerated through AI.
Yeah, so we've recreated it, and now we're able to separate Sam's voice, so now we could just do anything. So we just thought, why wouldn't we finish it?
We just he just kind of tells the same stories, but that's kind of what he did when he was alive. So,
hey, couple plugs. First of all, we haven't plugged this in a while, but the Patreon, you get full videos plus an extra 5 to 10 minutes each week where me and Sam just talk shit about shit. Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys, sign up there. But also 1 week till the live. No. When this is out, 3 days till the live show. So if you haven't bought a ticket, radiomike.com.au/tickets, get a ticket.
It's gonna be freaking amazing. I'm pumped for it.
But why haven't they got a ticket yet? That's what annoys me about
the Optus outage.
And Westpac Bank was down yesterday. No one could access their money.
So we understand if there's a bit of a hold up. No, but lots of people have bought tickets, so I'm actually feeling great about it. But
if you are thinking of coming, by the way, you can get a ticket on the door on the night.
It's the live podcast, but it's also like the end of year party.
Yeah, it will be the last episode of the year.
Was I allowed to announce that?
Yeah, announce it. You can announce it.
It will be the last episode of the year. And after that, I'm going to Canada for a few weeks.
He's doing a solo album.
I might die.
He could die. He could get assassinated.
Yep. You guys could die.
Yeah.
Over Christmas. So it might be the last chance you've ever got.
So we're going to make it a big one. It's going to be lots of fun. Try not to die between now and the live show. We would love you to be at. If you are going to die after the live show.
Try to keep it to, after the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. radiomike.com.au/tickets. There should be a bunch of people there, and we'd love to chat to you all and have a beer after.
100%. I think I'll definitely be having a few beers.
A few bevies, yeah.
That's a few butter beers.
A few in the leaky
butter beers with my buddies.
I'll have just turned 29.
Oh,
so
yes.
Hopefully there's some birthday shenanigans.
Because your birthday's on the 12th?
Yeah. My birthday's on the day this comes out. So actually, if you're listening to this right now on the day it came out, it's my birthday today.
Well, Mike, happy birthdays for today.
Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate it.
We just time traveled. It feels like we just time traveled.
Sometimes doing podcasts feels like time traveling, to be honest. But do you have any little tidbits to bring to the show before we get into this week's Double F?
Sorry, just went on to Instagram. That's not right.
Should I start with mine? I'll just quickly say mine. I mentioned this on the show last week, but I'll bring it up again. I've been using AI to create scenes.
A friend?
No, unfortunately. To create moments from these books in AI. So I'm going to update all of the episode artwork wherever you podcast, like Spotify or Pocket Casts or Apple Podcasts. The episode artwork, I'm going to change all of them so it's an AI image that represents something that happens in the chapter.
I've seen a few of them. They're great. Yeah, we're putting artists out of work everywhere, but still.
Yeah, it really brings the story to life.
R.I.P. Dave Ferrier, thank you for your help over the years.
Dave Ferrier, who does the cover art, I will still ask him to do the cover art for the pod, but I wish I could pay Dave Ferrier to do an artwork for every episode, and maybe you can make that happen. Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. But yeah, AI art, go back and look at them, because bringing some of these scenes to life, but also...
Are we going to reveal some at the...
We will reveal some at the live show as well.
If we have the technology, which we do.
But also... the AI image creator like filters out any sexual content. So some of them are like more improvised or more cryptic versions of what happens. Like you can't put into this chat thing and be like, generate an image of 50-year-old Harry Potter giving a blowjob to a ghost, which did happen in this book. It won't do that for you.
It won't?
So you have to be a bit more subtle with it.
What's the point of these things? You got to think that somewhere on the back end, someone's getting them, and then they're just like, oh,
like it's
pretty good.
It would be funny to see a list of filtered words, like can't generate blowjob.
Well, because it would be, exactly. Who makes that? Yeah, you would have to make that list.
There must be someone out there who has one of these image generators that is generating blowjob.
Do you know what I think that this is like This could be like when the government or like the FBI get their most wanted criminal and they flip them and make them work for them instead. And Catch Me If You Can. This would be like they'd probably get you to be the filter guy. They go, this guy has written so many fucked prompts. We need him to be the one that creates the list of banned prompts.
Yeah, I could easily do that. But so keep a lookout for that. What do you have, Sam? You've got a couple tips.
Few updates. Okay, couple things from last week. You asked Mel and I if we ever came across Professor Garlick in Hogwarts Legacy.
I do remember this. So Professor Garlick, the herbology teacher in Hogwarts Legacy, who many fans of Harry Potter commented at the time that they think she's really hot.
And you asked us to write it down. We didn't, because that was just dumb.
Oh, okay.
Because we had our reactions and discussion at the time. We're like, oh, herbology, what's this? And then it's quite polarizing in our house.
About whether Professor Garlick is hot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I was like, I don't know. And then Mel was like, oh, no. And then I actually was like, no, I've come around. Yes, she is hot. I mean, I don't love that. It's a weird all green get up.
She's quite lovely though, don't you think? She's bubbly, lovely. She's like a Phoebe from Friends kind of character.
Yeah. But anyway, so actually, I think I said hot, Mel said not.
Okay.
Do we get any feedback on the name Lachlan?
We didn't actually. So we'll keep in mind at time of recording that we're recording this the day that came out. So now we have to remember we're traveling back in time.
Okay.
So no feedback from that yet.
I guess some other things. I randomly the night watched a movie when I got home from being out called The Lost City on Netflix, which
Daniel Radcliffe
is in. Odd move. Like, it's fine. It's like one of those, it's like they make it because it's like half funny, half action.
Yeah. Who's the main guy in that?
There's Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
Sandra Bullock, I mean, still got it.
She's great.
In every way.
She's great.
And I really like Daniel Radcliffe in it. As in, like, I think he's just good at playing a weird...
Al Yankovic.
Yeah. Right, but he's just like a quirky kind of villain.
Mate, I'm
going
to say Daniel Radcliffe cops a lot of flack for his acting. I've liked him in every movie I've seen him in.
I think he's great.
Funnily enough, I recently also watched a random movie with Daniel Radcliffe in it called Victor Frankenstein, where he plays Igor, the assistant of Dr. Frankenstein, and they create Frankenstein's monster together. And in this movie, Victor Frankenstein, Daniel Radcliffe's hair is like slightly long and perched at his neck. And it kind of looks like
Goblet of Fire? Oh.
No, it kind of looks like it's straight. And it's like, what if this is what Harry Potter would look like if Snape and Lily had hooked up, or Snape and James had hooked up instead of Lily and James.
I understand that doesn't really make sense, but I understand.
He looks a lot like Snape.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe that's an alternate universe kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I actually have nothing to say more on that, just that I watched it and Daniel Radcliffe is great.
Yeah. I love Danny Rad. I love him. I think he's
also went to another live podcast. I went to another live podcast last week.
Yeah, which one?
The Marty Sheargold Show Producers Podcast live.
Oh, was that a producers podcast?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a breakfast radio show, but the producers are on air.
Yeah.
So who was on it? Lauren?
So it was Lauren, Will and Matt.
Great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And where was that?
It was at Bell's Hotel in South Melbourne, which is
yeah,
not where
yeah.
ours will be. Ours is obviously at Cooper's Inn in the city.
There was more people there than at ours, wasn't there?
I don't know.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I do know. Yes. no, actually, I don't know. I don't know.
And
but that was awesome.
yeah, great.
And there was this. Sorry, the crossover of that is there's a couple of Harry Potter and the Boys listeners there as well. So shout out to Nathaniel. He's really getting around the live podcasts. I'm sure we'll see him in a couple of days.
Well, you said there were a couple, and then you just named one person.
Well, then I realised that there was. I think it was his mate or his brother Will, and I actually don't remember if he listened. I think he does listen as well.
Yeah. So you sent me a text saying, "Hey, bumped into a fan of Harry Potter
yeah, that's
and the
right.
Boys
Yes.
tonight," and I said, "Impossible. There are none," which is not true. There are.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you said that. That was
Just a joke. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, but
that's
then
cool. Go
and then I was
Nathaniel.
still. I feel like we were still texting, but then I get a notification that I'd been tagged in a story, and you'd already screenshotted it and put it on your story. And I was like,
Hey, actually, can I just ask?
it was off the record.
What did Nathaniel say? Like, did he come up to you, or was he just sitting near you?
I don't know. I was just walking past in the break to go get a beer. And he said, "Oh, hey, Sam."
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
and
Nathaniel.
and the rest of it is private.
Is he up to date?
Because he said I was the funnier one. No, okay.
Is he up to date with the pod?
I think so.
Oh, great. Well, thank you, Nathaniel. Shout out.
And I think that's about it. But yeah,
Gives a bit of legitimacy
I was there, and I was thinking, I was in the audience, and I just thought, wow, how good is it being at a live podcast?
It is so
live
fun.
Podcasts are the future. I wish there was another one on soon. And I
wish there was one this week on Friday. I've got nothing to do Friday, and I'm in Melbourne.
Let's do a live podcast / party, really.
Yeah, fuck yeah. RadioMike.com.au/tickets.
Yeah.
Come see us.
And we're going to we'll answer all your questions, and we'll definitely tie up lots of plot points.
We'll do something. I don't know.
Nah, it'll be great.
What was I? I had one more thing to say. I'm going to give it, you count down from 10 and I'll try and think of it.
10, 9, 8, 7.
The counting's
6,
actually distracting.
5.
I think
4,
it's stopping me from
3,
thinking of it. All right, let's
2,
just get into the
1.
We'll just get into the fanfic.
Happy New Year!
Hey, let's get into the fanfic. We pick up off the back of chapter 28, where, of course, Derek was spirit jumped into the suit of armor, and overheard Cheeseman Damo and Monsieur Chargeur talking about a plan they had, and then went to Dimmy, who recently had a tensome with several Ravenclaw girls.
Oh, yes, and then didn't even end up getting to tell Dimmy about what happened.
We pick up at chapter 29, which actually coincidentally does feel quite seasonal. So, Sam, as always, we start the book by reading the title of the chapter, which this week, Sam, is
Chapter 29, A Very Harry Christmas and a Harry New Year. Wow.
And it did mention a few chapters ago that it was coming towards Christmas, I think.
Oh, maybe this feels like, should this have been next week?
Yeah, it should have been. Well, we can't just swap two chapters.
No, we can't. Although some of the filler chapters, you probably could.
Probably could sub them out. What I do find funny about this is we are about to go into, it's chapter 29. School starts in September.
Yes.
September 1st.
Right.
And now it's December 25th. So it's been 2.5 months in 29 chapters, which it feels like
more than a chapter a week.
Yeah. But I was going to say it feels like we should be way past Christmas at this point.
Yeah, because in an entire year, in real time, you and I have gotten to Christmas.
Yes.
But they've only gone 2 months.
Yes. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But
we are, just for the listeners, we are reading this. Just everything always goes very smoothly when I get here.
Yeah.
We are reading this off the laptop again.
We have downgraded back to laptop. I usually airdrop the chapter to my iPad, but it didn't work this week, so we're back on laptop.
So if you hear anything
go awry.
Okay, here we go. There's the mouse. Not that I need to know where it is, but I do.
All right, here we go.
But you'll notice the difference, I think. Christmas at Hogwarts was a bit of a country practice and a lot of
What does that mean?
I don't know. A country practice is a television show.
Is that an Australian show?
Yeah, I think so.
A country practice was an Australian soap opera, I think, about...
Is it a saying? A country practice?
I don't know.
No, I thought the country practice was a literal doctor's surgery, or a doctor's clinic at like a practice.
That's what it's like. That's
In the
what
country.
the show is. Like the show, I think, is a doctor who works in the country, so he's got a country practice, or she. I don't know if it's a saying or if that show was just on TV that at this point in time. Can we Google a country practice?
I think you
really
need to
quickly?
do that.
Just need to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Because
Country,
but
Australian television show and soap opera, which broadcasts from November 1981 until November 1993. So it aired before I was born.
but is it a saying? I think we're thinking, is it also a saying?
Is it
But
a
maybe
saying?
It's not.
I don't think so. I don't think a country practice is a saying.
Well,
I think I've just knew there was a show. I don't know. It sounds like I'm trying to say, it was a bit of a bloody schmozzle
I think it was a bit of a
country practice.
country practice by you to so put that in.
Wow.
Probably is that audible?
Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, we're up not even through one sentence.
Christmas at Hogwarts was a bit of a country practice, and a lot of students went home to their families to have happy family memories be made from the ground up.
That's the most crazy sentence we've ever heard.
It is.
Anyway.
Yes, it feels like not even written by AI. It's worse than that.
Yeah, it's written by just I
Yeah.
or NI,
Yeah.
no intelligence.
Yeah, yes. It feels like you will all go home and produce.
It's like
happy magic
autocorrect.
memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
From
Okay.
the ground up as well.
From the
Like
ground
there's
up.
there's no basis to these memories. We have to start from scratch.
This year, Lockie's dad, Blade, had asked him to come home to spend Christmas with him, but the rest of the boys stayed at the school. Dimmy insisted that he would have gone home for Christmas, but his dad, who was secretly a government hitman, had to be put into witness protection, so the whole family was laying low right now.
I love that.
Okay.
We're laying low right now. My dad's he's in witness protection.
And they're like, you sure you just, like your parents just didn't really want you to come home?
No, my dad, country practice. It's a country practice around here.
That was because we heard you guys like on the phone and like you were saying, please, please, please. And why don't you want me? And isn't that what you were on the phone about?
No, you heard me wrong.
Oh, okay, great.
That was just improv.
That was another tidbit.
Oh,
my God. I don't know if I screenshotted it.
do you want me to hold the laptop while you check?
Because it was actual text from, I kind of remember it actually, because it was text from the book.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter books. And it was when it's McGonagall and Neville. McGonagall is talking to Neville about, because Neville's, trying to choose his classes for his owls or whatever.
Right.
And he wants to do a subject he's bad at. McGonagall's like, why don't you do charms? You were pretty good at charms. You're probably like, where the fuck is this going?
I am currently thinking that, but I don't doubt that it is going somewhere.
Okay, I can't find it. But and then he's like, oh, my grandma doesn't want me to do charms, and McGonagall's like, well, if you'd like me to, I could drop whatever his grandma's name is.
Yeah.
I might drop her a line and remind her that just because she failed her charms, owls, doesn't mean that it's a soft subject or whatever.
Oh.
What I'm bringing that up for is she said, drop her a line. Isn't that a
Yes.
term for calling someone?
Oh, I thought what you were going to
sorry.
say is... I thought what you were going to say
So
is...
that was a
so-
really long description because I had to remember it. I don't use my memory.
So McGonagall and Grandma Longbottom
Yeah.
are going to do cocaine together, and she's going to be like, come on, let
Come
him
on."
do charms. All right.
I feel like we've often talked about, like, do they use the phone?
No, that's true.
And the text in the Harry Potter books is McGonagall said she'll drop her a line.
Yes, which does feel very...
That's a term for phony.
I feel
Phones.
like that term in the real world originates from phone, and I think that's where J.K. Rowling thought of it, and no editors picked up on it.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. Bit of a mistake.
So you're kind of saying I am smarter than the editors and J.K. Rowling combined.
Yeah, I am.
Right. And that is what I wanted out of this conversation. All right. Just think
okay.
about it. Okay. On Christmas Eve, Harry Potter made his way to the astronomy tower to hopefully get a glimpse of Santa as he would be making a delivery to Hogwarts. I love that. Because does he exist in Harry Potter canon?
Well, I mean, I was going to bring this up. I think in Harry Potter, Santa Claus is a wizard and he does exist.
Cool.
And he uses magic to deliver presents all around the world to all the kids. And even like elves are mentioned in the books, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like there are elves.
House elves.
Yeah, there are elves in Harry Potter. And the elves in Harry Potter, house elves, are slaves. Maybe Santa just has an army of house elves that he uses year round to make the toys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And then he just has magic flying reindeer.
100%.
And then he flies around the world and delivers them. And then he pretends he's really good, but he's actually a slave owner. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We should make a channel.
We should make a bloody podcast.
Fan theory.
Harry Christmas. That's amazing. All
right, let's keep going.
There was snow glistening and it was a beautiful sight into the frozen over lake and the snowy trees over Hogwarts. Ah, Hogwarts, such a beautiful sight with the frozen over lake and the snowy trees with the snow glistening, Harry said to himself.
That actually feels like Harry heard the narrator and was like, I'm going to say
I'm going to use that.
Fuck, that's good. I'm going to say that out loud.
Suddenly, the door to the viewing area flung open and Neville burst into the room. Is he in a room? Okay,
He's in the astronomy tower, isn't he?
Harry, I came as quick as I could. You mentioned Diggle's macaroni had an accident? I knew that kid was an emo. I just knew it. Wait a second. Diggle's macaroni isn't here?
We did learn a few chapters ago that Diggle's macaroni is a student that wears a jumper and Harry assumes it's because he's cutting his wrist.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't going to say it again, but yeah. No, Neville, he isn't. The truth is, I've organised a little rendezvous with Santa tonight. I'm going to be joining him on his trip around the world. I thought I'd go alone, but the truth is, I'm insecure.
Oh, wow. Poor Harry.
Neville felt flattered. He wanted to tell Harry not to be insecure and that he would be happy to accompany Harry so that they could feel confident together. So I thought, what's the best way for me to be 100% certain that I look cool in front of Santa? And I says to myself, I says to myself, I says, I'll invite Neville. He's guaranteed to make an idiot of himself and I'll look like a freaking legend, Harry said. Neville frowned as Harry took out the Marauder map to look at it.
The Marauder map.
Well, that's what it says. And I says to myself, I says...
I think it's like, I says to Mabel, I think it's Neville. Not Neville, Nelson from...
Oh, yeah.
And I says to Mabel, I says...
Yeah, he does do that, but I think it's also
a
just
thing.
Yeah. I says to myself, I said, oh, what Neville? Anyway.
Cool. He's taken out the Marauders map.
Here we go. Surely enough, moving quickly toward the tower was the name Nicholas Santino Claus.
Ah, I like that.
Yes.
Nicholas Santino Claus, because obviously Santino is where he got Santa, I guess, because he's Saint Nick.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Santino is why they called him Saint Nick.
Is he Italian?
I can't imagine.
I think that's kind of what you've written him in as. Australian-Italian.
Well,
Italian-Australian.
Like him, I mean, Italians eat a lot, and Santa clearly eats a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put being Italian past him.
That's right. Ah, here he comes, Harry said. It really feels like this chapter should have been next week for the live show. Fuck. Oh, well.
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't always work out that way.
There's going to be an even better one for the live show. A sleigh with flying reindeer came flying toward the tower with the jolly sound of a man singing.
Can I be Santa?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Lead me in.
I had.
Go from with the jolly sound.
No, I'll go from the start.
Okay.
Chapter 29. A sleigh with flying reindeer came flying toward the tower with the jolly sound of a man singing.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everybody.
Crash!
Crash.
The sleigh had lost control and crashed into the astronomy tower, breaking some of it. I think this is you, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my sweet Lord Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, Harry. I've damaged your school. We'll cover it, mate. We'll pay the difference. I am so sorry. Sorry. I am so clumsy. Oh.
don't know why I'm on your Santa voice. So funny. I feel like it molds into another voice that you just do anyway. I think, do you reckon that is, sorry, when you said, I'm so sorry, I am so clumsy.
Yes, I think it's that.
Ho, ho.
Yeah.
Anyway, you do it.
Yeah, great. I'll do that.
No worries, Santa. We'll claim it on insurance. Actually, any chance you can go to the hospital wing and crash into Madame Pomfrey?
What?
Nothing. Anyway.
In a previous chapter, I think he said there's a life insurance policy on Madame Pomfrey, so he was trying to accidentally kill her. Which is horrific, but...
why would he get the life? Anyway. Nothing. Anyway, this is Neville or some shit, Harry said, gesturing to Neville, who looked nervous.
I can't think of anything ruder than your friend introducing you to someone and being like, yeah, this is Sam or some shit.
This is Mike or some shit.
Yeah.
I like it. Hi, Santa. We've actually met before in one of my best memories when I was a baby. My only Christmas before my parents were tortured into insanity. After they put me into bed, you came down the Neville said spiffingly.
Oh. Quiet, Neville. Do you ever stop speaking? You're like a bad song on the radio. I don't want to hear you. No, not me. Harry, tell your friend Neville to keep the volume on mute for this trip.
Santa said.
Oh, and Neville, I've got something for you,
said Santa, holding a circle below his thigh. And when Neville looked, it meant he got to punch Neville.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
I don't know if this transcended Australia, but there was
I think so.
I thought it was an Aussie thing. There was this thing in Australian schools for a long time where you would make a circle with your thumb and index finger and put it sort of on your knee or on your thigh.
It had to be below your waist.
Had to be below your waist, and you'd be like, hey guys, look at this. And if someone looks, you get to punch them.
Which is crazy.
Because there was like, first of all, there was no governing body of this game. Like,
no,
it was all hearsay.
It was just a shared delusion we all had, or like some imaginary unwritten rules that we all just thought, oh, that's it. Because if someone just walked up to you and punched you in the arm, you'd be like, ow, fuck you.
Why did you do that? I'm telling. But if someone did the circle and you looked,
they punched you, and you're like, well,
that's
I'm mad, but that is the rule.
I can't go and tell on him because I looked at the circle.
And you're like, I got to respect the rules because I want the opportunity to be able to do that to someone else.
And then you try to pay it forward, but it's like the opposite of a pay it forward. It's like a pay it back. Like you're then going around the school going, guys, take a look at this. Now, there's always one kid who just is trying too hard. Everyone catches on to what they're doing. Yeah. They never get a punch in.
Yeah.
It's a classic game.
And I also remember, I feel like there was also a time where it was going around a lot of punches, whatever. And then like a year later, no one was really doing it. And like one guy was still doing it. So he'd be like, oh, look at this. And you're like, oh, is that? And then he punch you. You're like,
no, we're not doing that.
Ow. What? That's over.
It's over.
That thing's over.
But then it would come back like a year later.
Yeah.
I remember one kid in my class did a speech for English or something. And when he started, he's like, hey guys, I'm Gordy and
Blonsky?
No. I'm Gordy, I'm 16, and I've also got this circle right here. Whole class looked. He goes around and punches everyone.
What did the teacher do?
The teacher thought it was funny. It was such a creative...
That's good.
And you know what? That reignited the game.
Yeah.
That reignited the game.
They'll sort themselves out, those kids.
There was also a point in year 7 where everyone in my year level was doing sack taps.
Oh, yeah, same.
Sack tap where you just... Basically,
ours like in year 8, yeah.
Every guy knows it. You just flick someone in the balls. Just bam, sack tap. And that little touch can be incredibly painful. Just a little tap.
And incredibly traumatic for the rest of people's lives.
Yeah, and then
I remember that it was there had to. Well, I think we had to have a corridor assembly.
We had to have a meeting about it as well.
And teachers had to address and say we are banning. We shouldn't have to say this, but we are banning sack taps.
So
they were never actually allowed.
Our one, it was like, now there's a game that some kids have been playing around the school. It's been a bit of fun where you go up to a boy and you flick him in the testicles. And we're not playing that game anymore. Yeah. just remember it being so funny that a teacher said testicles.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Hilarious. But there was a point where every recess and lunch, you'd have to walk around cupping.
Oh, you'd be cupping because you could get sack-tapped from anywhere.
Yeah. And one time someone someone got sack-tapped so hard they vomited.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And that's the effect.
That was, I'm like, that kind of took the shine off it for me, I'll be honest. I was like...
Didn't you feel such immense power that you could bring someone to their knees like that?
I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I was too busy vomiting.
Was it?
No, it wasn't me. Just a little bit of a cyclical humour there. Just got, it all came back, didn't it? Nicely.
Anyway, so that's the game. If you've got that game in wherever you're from, or a variation, let us know.
Yeah, well, it's violent primary school games.
Yeah.
Or high school games.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll get onto that.
So Santa goes, Neville, I've got something for you.
Yeah.
And then he punches Neville.
Harry whispered something in Santa's ear. Santa burst laughing and was like...
There's no way he'll fall for that.
But Harry was like, he actually might, just try. And then Santa, like, leaned his arm on a pillar and just casually was like...
By the way, Neville, everyone who rides my sleigh has to take a photo of their bum and give it to Harry. It's just the rules. I took Jesus once ages ago and even he had to. So Harry's gone to Santa. Wait, tell Neville he has to send a picture of his bum. There's no way he'll fall for it. He actually might.
She might. But Jesus wouldn't have been alive at that point, Neville said.
Yeah, what can I say? It's just policy. Ho, ho, ho.
And Santa said... Well, I guess so, Neville said, pulling down his pants and undies as Harry took out a camera and began taking photos while he and Santa just sniggered with each other uncontrollably. But Harry was like, shh. This is so fucked.
And we haven't even hit the sky
This
yet.
is like abuse. Anyway, whatever. Not whatever. After the photos... This is fiction, actually.
Yeah.
After the photos were taken and distributed via email to everyone at Hogwarts, they all jumped in the sleigh. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, led the way. Just in case you weren't up to date.
Heard the song?
Yeah.
Rudolph was sick that Christmas, so Dasher was in charge. Dasher, you idiot. We can't see anything.
Dasher at the front. I can't see anything. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Why'd you put me up here? Yeah. I've got a black nose. I'm not a freak.
Oh, that's funny. They flew at light speed. Traveling around various houses, while Santa quickly rushed down chimneys and left presents to the children. Of course, Muggles did not know this, but Santa Claus was actually just an extraordinarily powerful wizard who made lots of money hundreds of years ago and decided to give back to the world, including Muggles. Kind of what you said. He opened a toy shop in the North Pole and began developing a system to deliver toys to every child in the world.
I like this. I love a Santa origin story. Been watching a lot of Christmas movies recently. Love any... Hey, we're doing Santa origin story.
Klaus.
Great
Amazing.
movie. Last night watched Arthur Christmas.
Yeah.
Not quite a Santa origin story, but it's like Santa's family and everything like that. Of course, the Santa Claus.
Yep.
Santa origin story.
Yeah, yes, it is.
It's a great sort of thing to explore.
It is, isn't it? Really wholesome, really nice. I'll just continue now. Some people thought there was a possibility he was a pedophile.
Oh, God.
But it was actually debunked in a documentary that he was just a good guy.
So Santa is a...
Sorry, I just wanted to read that line.
Santa is like a secret, but they've made a documentary in which they debunk whether he's a pedophile.
Yeah. Anyway, we may touch on the lore of Santa in the Wizarding World in a future book. But for now, stick with me.
That's the narrator.
Yeah, I like that.
He might pop up again.
A little forward tease to keep you guys coming back for book 4. I mean, it doesn't matter if you guys come. Like Mike and I are going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Although maybe we should tease like we're not coming back.
Hey, we're not coming back. We're coming back.
As they travelled over the globe, Harry was having the time of his life, whereas Neville was relegated to, quote, sack duty, which, despite its name, didn't have anything to do with Santa's toy sack. Oh, no. Oh, no. See,
this is Santa? What were you going to say?
Anyway,
I'll
I'm
keep
just
going.
glad you have to read these.
Oh, thank you, Neville. Ho, ho, ho. That felt great. Now do Harry's.
Oh my God, Santa said. That is just fucked. Are either of you going to be on sack duty tonight? Neville asked.
Ho, 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 Neville. Don't you dare speak to me like that in my own sleigh, or I'll kick you off and you'll drop right down into Iraq. Is that what you want, Neville? Do you want to go to Iraq? Osama bin Laden lives there, Neville. Do you want to be near Osama bin Laden? Listen, Neville, listen. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you, and you're going to squander it by going to Iraq? Didn't you hear that Eminem song?
Santa said, hey, what Eminem song?
I think it's Lose Yourself.
Oh, okay.
Like you got one chance in a lifetime.
I thought you were saying there's an Eminem song about
He
Iraq.
goes to Iraq.
I don't remember that.
There's a song called there's an Eminem song called Bagpipes from Baghdad. Baghdad's the capital of Iraq.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
I don't think it's that. No, I don't think that song was out at this point.
pretty incredible.
Didn't you hear that Eminem song? By the way, Neville, do you want some sakatars? There's some in the back. Help yourself.
It's also funny, we've just said, they've just debunked, Santa's actually just a really great guy. Then he just fucking shits on Neville.
Also, sakatars are like a rice cracker in Australia, if you don't have them. Sakata. I like sakatars. They're good with tuna.
Oh.
Yeah, they are.
That's like a real, like, poor student meal, I feel like. Although, I don't know, I was going to tell you my polvo meal I just had. But I won't.
Okay.
As they flew through Iraq and over to Spain, there was a sudden sense of urgency. Each of the reindeer began making siren or alarm-like noises. Imagine a reindeer just going, wah, 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 wah. Or do you think it's more like...
I was thinking, wah, 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 wah.
Oh.
But yours was still good. Yours was still siren. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And Rudolph's red nose started flashing red and blue like a siren. Santa, what's going on? Said Harry, clearly scared.
Don't be scared, Harry.
Santa said. I'm not scared, Harry said.
Oh, sorry, the narrator just...
Santa began. Yeah, well, I'm not fucking scared. Don't say that, Harry said. Again, funny.
Look, boys, my arch enemy is trailing us. He wants to ruin Christmas. Every year he tries to hijack me over Spain and deliver poo to all the children. I don't know where he's getting all this poo. Does he have a poo factory? Honestly, it doesn't make sense.
Who is this? This is so funny.
Santa's an arch enemy who, because you hear about
I'm
Santa
assuming they're
delivering
Spanish. If they're maybe.
You hear about Santa delivering coal, and there's La Befana in Italy who delivers coal, but maybe it's La Befana. She's a witch.
Is she?
Do you know La Befana?
Well, I don't, but you do. So then I think that it might be that.
Oh, right. No, but La Befana is the Italian sort of Santa, but she's a witch that delivers coal to kids who are bad.
Isn't La Befana that Italian restaurant? La 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 Befana. La 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 la.
No, that's La Porchetta.
Tastes so much
Who's
better
also
at.
one of the Christmas Guardians. Oh, it's La Porchetta. 2 pizzas and a garlic bread for $39.99, guys.
Yep. They're going to hang us with their extremely cheap spaghetti bolognese. Okay. You've said that. Who is it? Asked Neville.
How dare you... Sorry, guys. The Santa voice is just...
Really? Anyway.
I'll pick it up. How dare you speak to me, Neville? If we were still over Iraq, I would kick you the fuck off this sleigh right now.
Said Santa. Is it Jesus? Asked Harry.
Worse.
Said Santa. The Grinch? Asked Harry.
Does the Grinch know Santa? He doesn't. He just lives in Whoville and hates Christmas. I don't think he knows Santa. Is that right? Yeah. Anyway, we're not here to discuss that. Yeah. The Grinch asked Harry. Worse. Also, I know the Grinch. Okay. Well, in this, he knows Santa. Yeah. Worse. Also, I know the Grinch. He's actually a nice guy. Just had a lot of shit happen to him over the years. Also, Jim Carrey was not accurate at all.
Santa said. I mean,
was Jim Carrey the Grinch? Wasn't it Mike Myers?
No.
No, Mike Myers was the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah. Anyway, that is just quite fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like Santa just sums up the whole plot of the Grinch. And, I know the Grinch. He's actually a nice guy. Had a lot of shit happen to him. Yeah, well, that's the whole story.
That's what the Grinch is, yeah.
The police, said Neville.
Worse.
Said Santa. Satan? Asked Harry.
No, too far. Better than Satan. Fuck, that reminds me I have to text God later about catching up with Satan. I'm a mediator in their ongoing legal disputes about heaven and hell and ownership and stuff.
Why? Why is Santa the mediator?
Maybe just because he's a neutral party.
I guess because he does do good and evil.
Yeah.
You know, okay. Naughty and nice, I think. Okay, who is it? Asked Harry.
Felix.
Said Santa. Felix, said Neville.
Felix Navidad.
No.
Wait, what? Why no?
I mean, why didn't we get that? Or what? Feliz Navidad.
Felix Navidad.
Because I should have thought Spanish. What's Spanish
What's Spanish in Christmas?
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. And then the Wiggles version. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Feliz. Okay, let's do the lead into that. Go from, okay, who is it?
Okay, who is it? Asked Harry.
Felix.
Said Santa. Felix, said Neville.
Felix Navidad.
Santa responded.
He was a Spanish elf that was my... it says in the book, ahem.
He does say that.
He was a Spanish elf that was my sidekick back in the day before I met Mrs. Claus. Anyway, I was really trying to sell Christmas to the Muggles, so I started sending him out to meet them all, and they loved him. Why wouldn't they? Hot Spanish piece of ass like him. So they go and write this song about him, but they go and get his name wrong. They call him Felice. He hated it. Blamed me for the whole debacle. I told him I had nothing to do with it. Anyway, he's hated me ever since. He moved back to Spain. I think he's seeing an elf called Trevor now.
What a story. What a story.
Oh,
so
God.
Felix Navidad was a Spanish elf, a hot Spanish elf.
And it's implied he's Santa's ex-toy boy or boyfriend.
And then he sends him out to go and
He's like a Christmas missionary.
Yeah.
And the Muggles meet him and they misunderstand his name.
they go, but they're like, we love you. We're going to make a song about you. And we're going to call it Feliz Navidad. He goes, no, it's Felix. Like, well, we've already submitted the record.
Yeah.
It's out.
And it doesn't work with Felix. Felix doesn't work as well.
What it could. Felix.
That's true.
Felix Navidad. Yeah.
And then Felix goes back to Santa and says, they got my fucking name wrong. Tell him. Oh, I think we should just leave it, Felice.
It's Felix. Fuck you. That's a great origin story.
I love that.
Of a person I never thought existed.
Felix Navidad.
Surely enough, an elf soared toward the sleigh, riding a rogue reindeer that looked like it might have rabies. The elf kind of looked like Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie. I'll get you this time, Santa. I don't know why that was the voice.
Good. But he should have a Spanish twang.
Through Spanish. I'll get you this time, Santa.
Yeah, that's good. Felix, what brings you here tonight? I'm entertaining friends. Felix, please meet Harry.
Santa said, hang on, what's a Spanish sentence to say?
Yes, we go to Valencia and we have the paella in Barcelona.
I'll get you all for what you did to me. Feliz Navidad? Feliz? What kind of name is Feliz? Felix Navidad. As Felix Navidad said with a Felix Navidad said with a scowl.
What kind of name is Feliz?
Feliz. Felix Navidad said with a scowl on his face. That's so cool you're from Spain. We have a guy teaching at our school who's French. Harry said. Oh, Harry feigned friendliness with Felix. There was a smiley face in there. You've spelt feigned and friendliness incorrectly. It's all good.
And, of course, that's referring to Monsieur Chargeur. Santa?
Yeah, I think this is.
Santa. That's strange. I know everybody, and my list doesn't have a Frenchman at Hogwarts. Now pause. Because that obviously
giveaway.
is because we know Monsieur Charger is not really French. He's Mr. Charger. And that's like clearly a hint that you're supposed to pick up on.
Yes.
I know everybody and my list doesn't have a Frenchman at Hogwarts. Strange. Well, Felix, let's stop all this fighting or I'll kill your reindeer and you'll fall to your death, probably over Iraq. Do you want to be in Iraq, Felix? Osama bin Laden lives there.
Which, I mean, it wouldn't be over Iraq because they've already been to Iraq.
Yeah, true. But also, I think Osama bin Laden was in Pakistan when he was hiding.
There we go.
We don't know what point of the bin Laden time this was.
Yeah,
but
we don't know the timeline. And, well, actually, we do know the timeline because this was after Osama bin Laden is dead.
No, I think he died in 2008.
Yeah, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. In the book.
In the book,
sorry,
this is 50... Yeah.
This
He's
is
been
a
dead
long
for
time
50
after he
years.
was
Yeah.
dead.
No, sad face, said Felix.
Jump in the sleigh, Felix. I'll get you home.
Santa
and that's
said,
the Santa I know.
That's the Santa
Jump
I know.
in the sleigh, Timmy.
Yeah.
I'll take you home
There
to
we
mum
go.
and dad.
There we go. After a whirlwind evening of delivering presents and learning from Felix the best way to charm an elf lady.
I can totally imagine. So the best way to charm an elf lady is you gotta use charisma, and you gotta tell her she looked beautiful. Oh yes, thank you, Felix.
Yeah, there'd be some kind of elf, Spanish elf pickup line that I'm sure we could. No.
We'll figure it out. Send them in.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but have you heard of Felix gets his dick licked?
Felix's dicks in chicks.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. Look, hey, it'll be better than that on the night that we do the live show. So the best way to charm an elf lady. Santa slowly made his way back to Hogwarts in the morning to bring Harry and Neville home.
So how's everything at Hogwarts, Harry?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts, Harry.
It's fine, there's just so much workplace politics,
Workplace politics.
Yeah, Harry, like people dying. Harry said, sometimes I wish I could just do something completely different.
Harry, this feels very Santa. Harry, I'll put some Christmas music in the background. Whenever one of the elves asks me for advice, I always tell them to assess all the information. Sometimes things aren't quite what they seem. I think maybe the readers of the book could do that too. Wait, why is that funny?
Because why is Santa saying that? Something I really hope that all of this alluding to like pay attention, read carefully.
Yeah.
I really hope this isn't the reveal is Monsieur Charger is Mr. Charger.
Yeah.
Because we
know that.
know that.
Yeah, if it's building to that
if
as
that's
the twist.
the twist,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I won't come back for book 4.
Okay. Okay. I think maybe the readers of the book could do that too. Anyway, why don't you come and work with the elves and I at the North Pole?
Santa asks, don't you have to be an elf for that? Harry said.
Yes.
Said Santa.
With a smiley face. Anyway, Harry, to be honest, things aren't great there anyway.
Wrong there.
Great there anyway. Mrs. Claus and I haven't had sex for 8 months. I just want to explore my sexuality. I'm thinking of having an affair. Don't tell anyone. Santa's only human.
He was meant to be a good guy.
Yeah, but he just
anyone.
wants to explore his sexuality.
That is so funny. No worries, Santa. Hey, thanks for tonight. It was really awesome seeing you again. Oh, you coming to the poker night next week? Harry said.
I'll be there, Harry.
Santa replied, and the two hugged. Santa flew... anyway, it's just funny that... Okay, so they see each other quite a lot. Yeah. Santa flew away on his sleigh to head back to the North Pole and yelled...
Have a very Harry Christmas!
To which Harry waved and yelled back, and a Harry New Year! Oh, fuck, we left Neville in the sleigh, Harry said the next morning when he woke up with a stiffy.
So he's gone to bed. He just forgot Neville was there. Neville must have passed out in the back of the sleigh. He wakes up. He's got a stiffy. Oh, fuck, we've left Neville in the sleigh.
Neville in the sleigh.
We've got to get him back here.
It's like Santa's already put it in storage for the year. Hello?
Sorry, Harry, but there's going to be a $300 fee to get into the, like, we're on holidays now for 3 months. We don't start Christmas planning till March.
Just in a warehouse. Santa? Harry? Anybody?
That was a fun chappy. I think next week is obviously the live show. We do have the chapter title. If you do want to look at that for chapter 30, I believe, we'll just do a little scroll down. Ooh. Okay. Almost feels like a direct. Maybe Santa isn't gone after all.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Don't say. Oh, maybe we could say that.
Well, that was fun.
That's good. Okay, I like that as the next chappy.
Yeah, it feels like it could be chaotic.
Yeah.
Which is good. Sam, thank you so much.
Of course, this was bloody great.
Good to have Santa in the.
I think it's time. It actually has timed really well for
really well
the calendar year that we're in.
Of course, live show, last shout, radiomike.com.au/tickets. If you like can't afford it, send me a message. We'll work something out.
It's literally this, like 100% come.
Yeah, if you show up at the door, we'll probably just let you in. To be honest,
but buy tickets.
Buy a ticket because we got to pay the venue and I've got to pay Sam and Pat. So there's lots of.
At least tell Mike in advance.
Yeah,
even if you're gonna,
But we're really excited to meet you all. I want to say I'm so excited to do another live show. Like the first one we did was awesome.
100%.
I couldn't have done it without you because you're a pro. That was my first ever live on stage thing. So
and now
really
you got a taste for it now.
Number 2. But
number 2, and you know what number 2s are?
The best toilet stop.
And come on Friday for more on stage chemistry like this. But it'll be great.
It'll be awesome. We've
got prizes. We've got heaps of other shit.
Yeah.
Some special guests.
Yeah. And some not so special guests.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, we're so excited.
Wait, why are you signing off the show?
I'm really excited. Yeah. I want you all to be there. So cancel your plans and get along. Unless those plans are already to come. So don't cancel that.
Goodbye, Hamoras. Ting-a-ling-a-long-a-ding-dong, ting-a-ling-a, ding-ba-bit-a-ba-day, bells are ringing out too. Ting-a-ling-a-long-a-ling-long-ding.
I was doing the high five version.
Oh, is that the high five version?
I was doing it.